don't think so.
Good try.
Yeah. Nice try.
Absolutely.
So,
Now what is this? Well, doctor's gonna say, you can sit up.
well, until he gets the red right in the middle of the second row.
Middle one, two, third row.
Welcome to what I think is going to be a delightful afternoon of entertainment. Just wanted to thank Mrs. Stiles again for all of her hard work. She does a great job, as you all know, integrating music into our curriculum. Wanted to point out that the Imagination Celebrations theme this year is the Mars Millennium, so there's a lot of space stuff going on in town this weekend and through Spring Spree. So please avail yourself for your children to go partake in some of that. It's going to be fun. I'll shut up in a minute so you can enjoy your kids, but I just wanted to say welcome and enjoy the performance. I also can't resist the opportunity to say that we've long time intuitively known that the kids who are in the arts perform well, have a better time in school, get excited, but now we have real research, a 12-year study pointing out that kids who are involved in the arts outscore their counterparts who are not by at least 40 percentage points. But more excitingly, close to 80% of them are the kids who go on yearbooks, become student council, stay out of trouble, and those kinds of things if they're involved in the arts. So when you hear all these things about performance standards and being accountable, which we can and should and will do, sometimes when we get excited about reading math and science, which we should, we forget the arts, so don't let that happen for your children's sake. Thank you.
If I could climb higher than the clouds swimming by, what would I find there, way up in the sky?
You mean way up yonder?
Yes. Where does it end? How far does it go? Does anything live there? I'd sure like to know.
That's something to ponder.
Other planets like the Earth and the Sun we see are a small part of our huge galaxy. Of Earth I am fonder.
I wish we can jump on a spaceship today and zoom around the whole Milky Way.
How far we can wander?
Let's do it!
There's millions and billions of stars out in space, but only one keeps our seasons in place.
In our solar system, the sun's in the middle. Rays keep us toasty and fit as a fiddle.
Yep, whether summer's starting or winter's begun, we get plenty of light and warmth from our sun.
But where does it go when the day becomes dark? Does it just go poof and lose all its spark?
The reason it seems the sun's gone at night is that the earth has turned and the sun's out of sight.
man on the moon, not to spoil your day, just craters and rocks that make it look that way.
And the moon reflects rays of the sun that have shone, since the moon has no air or light of its own. But some folks used to think that the moon was provolone, or maybe cheddar, or blue cheese, or Munster, or Swiss, or...
Well, one thing we know, there's sure lots of gladness when our astronauts landed. Now we've got moon madness.
Venus, Mercury, and Mars, they all whiz along just like shooting stars.
But the planets don't bump and they don't collide because they each have their path and the sun is their guide.
There are 9 planets in all traveling way around the sun, and none goes off course. No, not even one.
Saturn and Venus, Pluto, Uranus.
Is there life on these planets? It sure would be great. A pip-pal on Neptune. I really can't wait. A postcard from Pluto? I'd love to hear if my faraway friends have spied some reindeer. Let's send off a letter and see what we get. It would be the biggest surprise that NASA's seen yet. Here, Mr. Postman, please note this address and be sure to deliver by Spaceship Express. Okie dokie.
around the sun non-stop, and as it circles, it spins like a top.
Though it spins every day, and in a year circles round, we don't feel we're moving down here on the ground.
Among all the planets of small and big girth, I'm awfully glad I live on the Earth. Yeah!
Look
found it on.
We sang about Mercury, Venus, and Mars, howled at the moon, and rapped about the stars.
We zipped around our galaxy, the Milky Way, but we're back to Earth where we like to stay.
We've had a lot of fun with your planetary trip. We're so glad you could join us on our rocket ship.
In case you're wondering who this lady is that's standing next to me, you saw on the cover of the program that it's Miss Susan Hayward, and some of you are already familiar with her. She works with some of our after-school drama classes. Some of your children are enrolled in those classes, and she is just such a delight to work with. And if some of you that know her notice some of those clever lines, they didn't just happen. They came from this creative mind writer. She kind of collaborated with the script a little bit. And so thank you so much to her, and she worked with all of our speakers so much, and we just appreciate your contribution all over the place. Thank you so much. And of course, you realize that this didn't just happen here on the stage. All these beautiful things that they're wearing and things that are behind the stars and all that went to the great organization of all of our teachers, our support staff, and all of you parents that show up and volunteer for us. I know some of you worked on those headgear, but I'd just like to say thanks to Miss Dale. Where are you, Miss Dale? And Miss Richards, and Mrs. Reed, and Mrs. Steiner, and Mrs. Gilbert. Thank you all so much for your support. For some of the parents that are new to Foothills, we are doing a videotape, and I'd like to kind of have it. I won't be giving it out today. I'd like to have it just to look at and check it out. But then next week, if you will put your name on a list in the office and say, I want the third grade tape, or I'd like the other parents for the second grade tape, we could check that out overnight. If you just hold on to it overnight and look at it, you're welcome to do that. We'd be happy to share that with you. So please take advantage of that. That will be available after we let the kids see it once next week, okay? And I guess the question is, I know you're wondering if you're going to take your students or not. I'm not sure about that either question, but why don't you report to your classroom with your teacher, and the teacher can answer that question, all right? But if we'll make the kids freeze here for a minute if you'd like to get some pictures before they leave the stage. So everybody just stay where you are for a few minutes and...
Sit out, guys! Let go!